Hi everyone, I am going to be making a mask, and this mask is made out of 3 pieces of material, and you use a furnace filter, an MERV, MERV 13, to put in between the pieces of material to hopefully, block as many germs as possible. This is not going to prevent you from COVID-19. They've told me, the scientists have, or all the people have said, but it is more protective than nothing. And N95 is not available, the masks N95 to protect my workers in the gas station. So I have decided that I needed to make these to protect them. So what you're gonna need is you're gonna need 3 pieces of material. It's going to be 3 pieces of 9 by 7 inches. And those 3 pieces are, I use one for the front of the mask, okay, like this. And then the 2 other pieces, you fold in half and you iron, like this. These are going to be the pieces that you put in the back to hold your furnace filter in. So the first thing you do is you take the front of your fabric and one of the folded pieces, and you're going to put it together like this, okay? And we're going to sew this end right here 1/4 of an inch. So the fold's gonna be in the middle, all right? So we're gonna sew that real quick. And by the way, you do not need to be Martha Stewart to do this. You just need to be able to stitch a straight line and have a sewing machine that stitches a straight line. Does not need to be an expensive one. As you can tell by looking at mine, it's as old as the hills. And we're just gonna do a 1/4 inch seam here real quick. And it doesn't have to be exact. It's okay. Don't beat yourself up. All right, so we've got that. Cut that real quick. And then we're gonna do the other piece of fabric, because we've got 3 pieces of fabric here, each 7 by 9. This one you're gonna fold in half again, and you're going to put the 2 pieces folded sides together are gonna meet in the middle. Let me get this laid out correctly. They're gonna meet in the middle like this, all right? And we're gonna sew along this seam again, 1/4 of an inch. And that's all we're doing here. We're sewing this seam together, 1/4 of an inch, approximately. I mean, if it's a little off, not a biggie. All right, here we go. My loud sewing machine. It was probably purchased in 1962. I'm not gonna tell you when I was born, but it wasn't 62. Okay, now, what we've got now is we've got the 3 pieces of materials starting to sew together here. So you've got this, all right? Right? Perfect. The 2 folded ones are in the middle, and we just have 2 seams right now. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna use the elastic. What you need either 1/4 of an inch or 3/8 inch elastic in 7 or 8 inch pieces. I'm doing 7 inch. We're going to put elastic in, you're going to put it right inside by this seam and have it stick out, okay? See that? We're having it stick out the edge. And we're gonna sew all along this line to about here, and then get the other piece and bring it around to this side and have it stick out, and then finish sewing all the way across. So let's do that real quick. On my Kenmore single dial machine. Okay, you go forward, back, forward over that elastic to keep it secure. Okay, stop. Now we're gonna bring that other side over, and you're gonna make it sure it's flat. and bring it over to the other side so that it's sticking out a little bit. Put your fabric back down and finish sewing that entire side closed. Make sure that it's flat, the elastic's flat. Go over, back, over. All right, now we're cooking with gas. So now we've got this, see? All right, now we have that. Now what we're gonna do is we're gonna take the other side and do the exact same thing. Again, it's pretty simple. You're gonna take the elastic, put it in between, all right, in between, have it stick up, and then we're gonna sew across it. Make sure you go over, back, over that elastic to make sure it's secure, because you know it's going to get washed, it's going to get pulled on and off, on and off. You know, it's got to be able to sustain heavy use, because you want to be able to use these again. And then you take it to the other side, you pull it up out, you close that other fold down, and we're getting there, we're almost done. Over, back, over, back. Whoops. And we're gonna end up with a piece here that's got, see? Now we're gonna fold it inside out, or the right side out. Pull that taut. Make sure that it's in there, because if not, then go back over it. You know, it's not a big deal. And then what we're gonna do, I like to, and then you have this, right? Okay, simple. I like to iron this before I do my finishing stitch along here. Now, you might say, why do you have to do a finishing stitch? Who cares? Well, basically I'm doing it because, and you can iron it if you want to. I'm not going to, just to save time, but because you know, you're washing this thing like over and over again, and it's gonna get used. So you just do a finishing stitch around it. Again, 1/4 inch, not a big deal. We're gonna go all the way around the entire thing just to secure the mask, make it a little bit stronger. Here we go. If you make a mistake, no big deal. Just want to make sure those seams are secure. They're not straight. It's okay. You know, it's not Project Runway. All right. Almost done with this sucker. Here we go. All right. Okay. Now you can see we've got the seams all the way around. You see that? All the way around. Now what we're gonna do is we're going to take it like this, and you're gonna make pleats, just like that. Can you see that? You just pinch and pleat, and then you just take some pins, and I use 2 pins. I do it on each side. I'll show you here in a sec when I get done. And you can do 2 or 3 pleats, it's up to you. I'm doing 2, but if you wanna do 3, feel free to do 3. But when I first started, when I did my first generation of these things, because I'm on my 2nd generation now, I've learned a little bit and got a little bit more proficient. But my first generation, I did 3 pleats, and man, that's just, you know, it's a little time consuming. So I'm just doing 2 now. So we've got 2 pleats in there, right? You see? Got my pins. Now I'm gonna sew all the way along here, all right? And I'm gonna go over these pleats twice. Back and forth real quick. Just, and you, again, you can iron that if you want, if you think that you need to make it a little bit more level, or make it, you know, just a little bit more laid down. It's not a big deal. So over and back, and then finish it out. Okay, so we got that side done. Oops. Let's do the other. All right, here we go. Get over that pleat. You're gonna do over and back, over the pleat, over and back, and then back and forth. Okay. Trim all your threads. God, there's a lot of threads. A lot of threads everywhere. Okay, now we're gonna take out our pins. And you're done. Yeah, you're done. Wasn't so bad, was it? So you're going to put your furnace filter in there and cut your furnace filters to fit, which is like about 6 by 6 inches. I mean, it's not rocket science. And you just deconstruct those furnace filters. You take the cardboard off, you take the metal off, and you know, have your kids do it. It's easy. Make sure they wear gloves because that metal can get sharp. But then you put that furnace filter in there, and voila, you have a mask that everyone's going to be jealous of, because you have a styling mask that's going to help you from preventing you from getting it and you passing it to anyone else. So protect those essential workers. If you have time to make these, please do. I know that they would appreciate it. And these are crazy times, which require crazy measures. So everyone be safe out there and be healthy.